The government has officially banned Mudik again this year. Hi! As we all understand that Mudik or homecoming is the activity of people returning to their hometown. Mudik is a form of gratitude for people who live abroad for working or just living life. It has embedded in our local wisdom that every Ramadan, people celebrate together with their family in their hometown. It becomes a moment to let go of longing and also forgiveness for each other. But however, the coronavirus pandemic happened.
Opsi yang kita pilih adalah pembatasan sosial berskala besar.
So, as is reported by the Coordinating Minister of Human and Cultural Empowerment, Mr. Muhajir Effendi, along with Ministry of Social Welfare, Manpower, and also Religion, that every element in the society are prohibited for doing mudik. The government has to forbid again the activity of mudik for 2 consecutive years because it will invite mobilization which resulted into the increased number of coronavirus spread in the country. The policy is basically the same as last year with some modification. But the real question is, how can the government stop people from doing mudik meanwhile it has become our core belief? That is what we're going to discuss in this video. Check this out.
Tetapkan bahwa tahun 2021 mudik ditiadakan.
In policy-making terms, the government uses top-down approach in implementing the Mudik prohibition policy. Commonly, there are 2 basic approaches in policy implementation, namely top-down and bottom-up approaches. As we can see that there are structural communication going on in this policy, whether it comes from the coordinating ministers to the related ministries before forwarded into the regional government. This chain communication from top-level bureaucrats to the street level is a part of top-down approaches. Back to our main question. How far is the effectiveness of top-down approaches in implementing the Mudik prohibition policy? Is it the correct method to stop people from doing mudik? If we break down the purpose of this policy is to prevent the spread increasement of coronavirus and also to succeed the national vaccination mission, then it will very much related to the effectivity indicator of the policy. Top-down implementation is very much like that. It traces down the fact of how can we succeed this policy, how can we meet the objectives effectively. Therefore, the most important thing in this policy is to keep people at home and not going anywhere. Then in the end, will they declare that this policy is successful? Yes, but with some notes. The nature of mudik is very multifaceted. Mudik is a momentum to break down community economic development amid the pandemic. In Mudik, there are sectors that heavily affected, namely regional economy, tourism, travel and leisure, transportation, and anything related to the economic development. Because there will be no tourists, there will be no people on the streets, people will be staying at home, only consuming what they are supposed to consume. And this point is that being skipped in top-down approach. In determining policies such as Mudik prohibition, it is better for the government to map down the stakeholders involved from the lowest structural level. There must be research to find out the relationship between each actual information if a policy is implemented. This method is called bottom-up approach, where target group has big roles in determining the succession of policy implementation. The target group supports will influence the dynamic of policy implementation. And now there are much conflicts happen in the society, especially in social media, whether people are questioning about the future and the clarity of the policy, and they're also questioning about the government accountability, as usual. As far as I can say that top-down approach is very much depending on the communication skills between each stakeholder involved. I'm not saying that it's not effective because it has not running yet, but we all know that people will resist staying at home to celebrate the Eid. There will be an unexpected outcome. We all know that, right? But anyways, that is all I can say. What do you think about this Mudik policy? Will you be staying at home or will you just buy tickets and go back to your hometown? Whatever it is, don't forget to respect the local health protocol, wear a mask, and also to clean your hand before you eat. My name is Timothy. Stay healthy.